What's up and good evening, guys. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to my TED Talk, guys. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you guys are here.
My thigh's underneath. I was here first.
I'm just enjoying the day.
Okay. This evening we are jumping on, obviously, back on the OBS, single cab OBS project for SEMA. And first things first, we're going to tackle the headliner. Dedic went ahead and, well, Dedic and Chris, sorry, went ahead and pulled this out before I got here. So we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to strip this one off.
Fired up.
Fired up. Oh, that's tasty.
Yeah, I know there's not much you can do, but try to get as much backing off of it.
Oh yeah, dude, I got that. I love asbestos. We've gotten all of the old, well, 98% of all of the old glue and crap off. It's pretty smooth. We do have the foam backing, so, you know, it's going to hide if there's a little bit of an imperfection. This stuff is pretty thick with that foam backing right there. So we're going to go ahead and spray a little glue. We're going to have us a little party in this room right here with no ventilation. But don't worry, this is only 30% VOC formulation. So this is going to be very good for us. No crease, no crease, no crease.
No crease. Yeah, we're going to have to steam this. That's right.
Walk the crease out, walk the crease out. So walk it out.
Further away, a little further away.
It says 8 inches.
Ryan's like, yeah, this is 8 inches. So she tells me 8 inches is.
That's what I tell her.
I'm already high.
This stuff's pretty strong.
Yep. Yeah, let's do it in the one room that has like no windows or anything.
I haven't been able to smell in a long time. I smell this.
COVID?
I'll hold that piece up.
It's like all coming towards me too.
Smells good.
Let's go over the edge. Yep. I knew that was coming. Woo! Good news is it tacks up quick.
Is it tacky?
I am.
It's pretty tacky. 2 surface bonding. Spray both surfaces and allow adhesive to dry for 30 seconds. Bonding range, 30 seconds, 15 minutes.
Just give it on. Spray it again, but go like heavier, dude. Oh, the headliner stuff is like, that stuff comes out stringy. Good news is if this doesn't work out, I can just order another roll of headliner. It'll be here in time.
You don't have any on your fingers this side.
Nope. So lift and then lay. The important part is like here. Yeah. Don't let the top go down first. You want to make sure it.
The thing about suede is you can see where you've been.
Yep.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. As if we were contaminated enough breathing in this room.
Can you smell that one?
No. All I smell is 3M adhesive now. Hit my rod, who?
Check out my chair. Less. Alright, dog, I think you're good. Wait, no, Ryan, you actually like missed the whole, like the outer edge, dog.
Hit it.
No, you can see, like, look where you hit it, and then. Let me see, I can get it from this angle.
Yeah, it just goes upside down and doesn't like that.
What?
It's like we're at a Snoop Dogg concert in here. Glad we got the 30% VOCs.
What? Hey, Chris, close that door, dog. Close that door, dog. Get up. All you can do is play with the suede.
Making a design.
Pop the titty.
So hard. Now we probably should have done this while we were spraying, but you know, we got a little ventilation lined up now. Boys, how you doing in here, man? You guys having a good time?
All of a sudden, I don't feel like as cool as I did like 5 minutes ago. I'm kind of like over this again. Earlier, I was feeling great about
Oh,
this.
you think it wore off?
Yeah.
There, dude, try this little. Here, let me get you a couple little spritzes up there.
Dude, if you just sprayed that, I'd have just walked.
Alright, so now we're getting her all trimmed up. There's a decent amount of the holes in this headliner. Oh, I wonder what accessory that's for right there that wasn't popped
I
up.
want to know what accessory that was for.
That looks like some custom modifications right there. Let's see, we got our visors, which we're gonna have to figure out what to do with the visors. Probably gonna end up going to a custom upholstery shop, which I probably should have done this too, but whatever, it's a headliner. Take you guys in the back here while Derek finishes trimming this up. The visors are actually like stitched in place with a nice little stitched strap across them. You kids don't know what those are for, but you know, you can put stuff in there. Sometimes CDs, you know, we used to have cases. I know, hear me out. Music wasn't always on your phone. You had these sweet cases that would attach to your visor and you would have all of your CDs lined up right here. It was pretty slick. But if you don't have those, you got these right here. You can put like some paperwork right here. You can hang some sunglasses off of this if you wanted to. However, these don't really come off. I mean, we could probably try to hokey them on, but you can see that they're stitched right along that edge, and then they have this stitched on top of it. So that's a little bit out of our wheelhouse. Now, Chris's grandpa was a world-renowned tailor. Was it genetic?
Yeah, man, I got
Oh, you got me?
Yeah.
All right.
This is when you turn off the camera and I get it done by someone else.
Oh, okay. All right, Derek, she's all trimmed up. Beautiful work, buddy. Let's see what we got. There are definitely nipples on that. It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch.
That was feeling better me that did that.
All right. So what are we thinking? 2,000 piece Starlight headliner? Or 3,000?
Listen, I say we put 2 tanks on it right here.
Trying to air tank it?
I say let's do it, dog.
Did you take your medicine this morning?
I did.
Okay, tomorrow morning when you take it, I want you to put like the straightest lines ever in this thing, like it's a beautiful lawn at a ball field.
I got you.
I feel like that's like a...
Do you want, but here's the important thing. Do you
Okay.
want diamonds or squares? That makes a difference.
I want double helixes.
And then do you want the outline going around the outside?
Double outline.
Double outline?
Yep.
Okay. I
All
got
right.
that.
All right, want to see what it looks like in the truck? I don't know what's going on there. All
To
right,
the truck!
to the truck.
Away!
Now, you guys have probably noticed that the trim in the truck is gray. This tire truck was gray. Ford had this beautiful concept back in the day where they picked a color for the interior and then made every freaking thing in the interior that color. Thank God gray was one of those, because if you'll notice, if you look at these trucks, there is also a blue version, which is too much, but like you could live with it. And then there's the horrendous red. Some of you guys like it. It's horrendous. The red is bad. It's too much. Well, on this truck, all of the trim is gray, including the parts that are gonna basically hold this in place. So I'm going back and forth on whether or not we should try to paint those, which I just feel like the paint's not quite gonna hold up, and you'll see, like we have to paint all of this, we have to paint down here, this window trim. There's kind of a lot to paint, and the pieces that go behind the seats, all the way behind back here that hold the speakers. At least single cap's kind of easy to put in. Go back your way a little.
The best thing to do is take one of these and like reinstall it real quick.
Okay. It's a nice look, dude.
I am so sticky.
Dude, my hair's every hair on my arm.
Dude, look at how much hair I have on my legs. I feel every single one of them. I can count them.
Chris's glasses were stuck to his face. Well, now that we have it in place, Derek's finishing putting the last little piece of trim on there. I really don't hate how it looks with the gray trim because it trims it out so nicely. I mean, hopefully you guys can see right there. I mean, it's just completely framed with that trim. I think it's gonna look okay. Obviously, we do need to do the visors because that's gonna look a little bit goofy having a a little gray visor up against a black ceiling there. Well, that's all we're pretty much gonna get done for the night. Again, we're working at the restaurant all day and then racing over here and trying to, SEMA crunch at night. So really that's all we have parts for as well. Again, the exhaust parts should show up tomorrow, and then we gotta go get this thing tinted. So we're gonna have quite a few things we are lining up here very shortly. But for now, we're gonna go get some sleep because you can probably tell we look tired. Or maybe that's just all the paint fumes because my nose is entirely coated right now in some 3M. It's not good. And we are back, y'all. Let's see how the headliner looks now that we can actually see it with a little bit of light coming in the shop. And because it's a GoPro, you really can't see much, but it actually turned out really, really good. Very happy with that. We're gonna be taking the visors to the upholstery shop today with some of the extra material, see if they can stitch those on for me. We are also going to be going to the tint shop today. So this thing is finally getting tinted, and we're gonna go pretty dark, way darker than I normally go, just so you can't see the interior of the truck. But we got some loose ends we gotta zip tie up out of the way until we figure out what we're gonna do with them, like the trailer plug. You can see by these holes right here on the bumper, it used to go right there, which while that's convenient, it's kind of ugly. So I think we're gonna end up doing it probably right there, but we just don't have time to do that right now because I have about 10 minutes until I have to be to my appointment. And we are also missing some shocks because, well, Dedic pulled these off so we can get some accurate measurements to order up some replacement Fox shocks. And I don't know if we're gonna have time to put those back on, so we might just be riding with 2 shocks on that side. Thankfully, it's leaf springs front and rear, so we should be okay. Also, Chris and Dedic tried to mess with me and poured some gear oil on the ground, so I would think that my diff cover leaked. Joke's on them, because I tried to do that trick to Dedic a long time ago. So I already knew that trick was coming. Okay, we are on our way. Dedic's gonna meet us over there in the Bronco. He just showed up to the warehouse. I really haven't driven this truck other than like straight off the trailer into the shop. Chris has actually driven this thing more than I have. And while I think single cabs look cool, man, I need like 3 more inches in my seat room here. So you have to make the sacrifice. You have to slide your seat a little bit forward to be able to lean it back a little bit, which then like kind of cramps you up on this side. And I'm tall, but not like super tall, but I think I about maxed out what you can comfortably sit in a single cab. Love the sound of this truck though. This truck sounds awesome, being that it already has a downpipe and all of that. Problem is the exhaust just looks like crap. So we're gonna put the freshie on from Banks. However, because it is SEMA crunch time, my Amazon order that was supposed to show up yesterday just got postponed till tomorrow. So it's 2 days late, which sucks. That's the adapter we need to even start the exhaust. I don't want to cut anything up until we have that adapter and we know that things are gonna fit and work. Okay, y'all, so we have arrived at Hotspot Tint Shop. These are the guys that have done all of, well, the guy that has done all of our vehicles, from my trucks, Chris's trucks. We got the Mama Rhino Tahoe, Mama Rhino's Tacoma. Papa Rhino's 450 is gonna be coming here next because he is dying to get that thing tinted. But they are the absolute best in town when it comes to tinting, especially old trucks. A lot of shops don't like to do these old trucks because of these wing windows and everything has to be hand cut. You gotta be good at hand cutting. While he does have the whole plotter set up over here to cut like for the more modern cars, for these old trucks, you gotta hand cut it because there's just so many little variations and stuff that you have to go around. Like you can see here on these wing windows, you gotta get in tight for all of this, and there's just no room for error, especially when you're going dark like we are. Now, we're not going super dark. You know, I thought about limoing out the entire thing, but I actually want to be able to see out of this thing at night. So what we're doing is we're doing 10% on the rear, which is kind of in between those two. We're doing 20% on the side windows, and then we're doing 35% on the windshield, because again, I still want to be able to actually see out of this windshield at night. Well, y'all, Danny is doing his final clean. We are pretty much all wrapped up. You can see, I think we actually picked up the right amount of light, or darkness, I should say, on the... You're gonna see once we pull it out, Danny says, when you see the sun reflecting off of the windshield, everything gets even darker when you're outside than it does inside. But I think we're already looking pretty good. You can see with the door open, which is letting a ton of light in, you can just barely make out like the outline of the seats and the steering wheel. And that's the ideal look I was going for. We could have limoed everything out, but I actually want to be able to see and drive in this thing. The only other issue is you can see all these water spots on the glass. Obviously that's on the outside. You guys see the tint goes on the inside, so I gotta try to get all these old water spots off the outside of the glass. And it looks like somebody at some point took something to it and swirled a bunch of swirls. I don't know if that's ever gonna come out, but we're gonna do our best. Danny did warn me ahead of time that any scratches or anything that are gonna be in the glass, it's gonna be like highlighted by having the black tint behind it. So it's not like we didn't know going into this we were gonna have this issue, but I think we're gonna do pretty good. Hopefully we can get that out right there. I think that might just be, it's kind of a scuff, a little scrape. We are gonna go over to Genesis Detailing at some point to get this whole thing buffed, so I'll see if they can buff the glass a little bit and try to get some of that a little bit better, but this looks absolutely killer. I'm excited to see it out in the light because, yeah, we're already pretty dark, and it just really changes the look of the truck, especially tying everything in with the black trim that we have going around. Now it just all makes sense, you know? We're not in a fishbowl of like 3 different colors and shades of tint that have faded so poorly over time. I mean, you saw that Diesel Brothers back window sticker that I hated that was on here. It's actually burned into the tint because it had been on there for so long. Whew, I'm excited to show you guys the outside once we get back to the shop now that we're out in the sunlight. Actually, I don't even need these anymore. This is the darkest I think maybe not. So I like 35% on the windshield. It's what I've done on all of my vehicles. And then typically what I do, like on the Bronco and all that, is I have the fronts matched to whatever the factory rears are and then do 35% on the windshield. So that way it's not too dark. You can still drive at night. You can see your mirrors if you have them. We currently do not. But this is like the right amount now to be comfortable in this truck. You're not a fishbowl. You're not sitting there baking or cooking in the sun. Pretty excited about this. I do need to, again, figure out this water spot issue though. We're gonna go back to the shop right now and I have some Renegade water spot remover. Let's see if that does anything. If not, Danny was saying if you get the real fine steel wool that doesn't scratch the glass, CLR was what he said is some of his clients use. So I guess we can do a little test spot and see.
Well, Dmaxryno just went around town trying to driving around trying to find this little adapter for the exhaust because the truck already has a downpipe. Quiet on set, please. Sorry, I'm trying to be nicer, please. Well, point is, Ryan just drove around trying to look for this adapter because Zach thinks it already has a downpipe, or it looks like it has a downpipe, but we didn't want to go through the trouble of installing a downpipe, even though if it already has a downpipe, it should already be done. Yeah, a lot of things. So I rolled under the truck, take a look. Let me show you what I found, Doug. You know, little cuddle puddle down here.
Coming under.
Cuddle puddle down here.
Coming under.
Nah, you're gonna have to get like under, dog.
I'm under.
Already clearance up there, dog.
Oh, you want to just run the...
No, you wanna know what's even funnier about that? Hold on, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. So then I was like, damn, there's no clamp. Because you see how it's separated right there?
Yep.
I was like, damn, there's no clamp. That means they welded it. That sucks. But then guess what, dog?
It don't look welded. That looks like it just slips in, dude.
There's been nothing there ever.
That means we're gonna get like...
I didn't do...
all the... Look, we're gonna get more horsepower. We're gonna seal this exhaust up. All right, pull it in.
Dog, he's just been doing that ever since. Why?
All right, Chris, pull this one off, dude. We're putting the whole kit on.
Putting the whole kit on?
Oh yeah, we're putting the whole kit on.
Dude, we gotta have this done 2 days ago.
But first, I got donuts, boys. Let's go get some donuts. You know, we gotta get some donuts first. Alrighty, Daddy. Well, here you go, buddy. We got you a 52 123. Bolt that bad boy right up. Look at that. It's even got a bung for a sensor. Don't know if we have that. I doubt it. That looks like one off the turbo right there.
Downpipe.
Yeah, we'll just leave that plugged. So again, remember guys, we're gonna have to cannibalize a little bit of this kit because they don't make a single cab long bed exhaust kit. They make a crew cab long bed, which is what we're gonna be, you know, it's what we have here, and we're gonna be cutting up to try to make work on this truck. Man, these windows look fantastic in the shop right now. Extra dark in here. We're about to get some real stuff done here. I got a donut, and then we got a... Chris, what'd you find, buddy?
Instagram.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yep. Oh, look at that thing. That thing's pretty cool.
A booty?
A boot. Well,
This is welded on. We're gonna have to cut this piece off.
Special forces.
We're just gonna sawzall or bandsaw this exhaust off. Now you're probably wondering why we're not using the Harbor Freight. That's because it's locked down into the little bandsaw stand. And unfortunately, that takes a tool to get off, which not my favorite design. If we're being honest here, that should be just a quick disconnect, which the bottom half is, the top half is not.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just buy another bandsaw so we can just have one for portable and one for sawing.
We got a problem.
Hell yeah.
We are, well, got a little dirt on the screen there. Denek's already got the downpipe in, and the next piece right there that Chris is holding. We are cutting out this final section, and these stupid hangers are kind of a pain in the butt, especially right here because it's a double hanger. So I just chopped these two little sticks off. And then now we're trying to finagle these out of the rubber boots that they're in. And while I appreciate having a cab that doesn't vibrate and, you know, transfer the tone of the exhaust through the metal, I feel like there's got to be a better way to do this, you know? I mean, I guess this was the 90s. Exhaust hangers. So on this truck, it never had a catalytic converter, at least not since I've owned the truck. And great thing about these 97s is they're smog exempt, so you don't need one. So that being said, this exhaust system is meant to mate up to a cat. It has the flange that Dedic has just cut off, which is right here, which that part bolts up to the catalytic converter. Then you have, you know, let's just say, what, 2 feet of catalytic converter. And then from there, you go on with your exhaust. Well, we're missing about 2 feet of pipe, and we don't have a way to bolt that up. And the catalytic converter is kind of what makes that transition from the 3-inch to the 4-inch, which is the adapter that we were waiting for. Well, we decided to just go for it. So Dedic is cutting off, well, he cut off the flange. We're gonna try to slice this piece here and try to open this up to where we can slice it nothing? Nah. You're just gonna open it up?
That's hammer, dog.
You're gonna hammer that open without slicing it?
Yep. Watch, you'll see.
All right, well, I guess we'll see. We're gonna try to make it so we can slide the 4-inch inside of that 3-inch, and I guess Dedic's gonna do it without hammering, or slicing.
Oh. We'll see. No, I hate it when you do that, you know that.
Wanna do what? Film your work?
You do that.
Yeah, I gotta get the shot.
Now I'm not doing it. I'm going back to what I was doing then.
Jesus.
No. You know, that goddamn CBR wasn't in the way.
You want me to push it out back and give it away?
No, please don't.
Okay, so we've been up underneath this truck trying to figure out how to finagle a crew cab. There we go. How to finagle a crew cab exhaust without a catalytic converter and without a muffler delete pipe.
Or instructions.
The instructions are pretty generic, but into a...
Go onto their website, look at their online, like the ones for like view installation instructions, not the ones that come with it. I feel like they try to cover a couple, like too many of them on the ones they include. It's better just go online.
So again, we're trying to finagle this together. We don't have the cat delete pipe, so we're gonna try to probably make it out of one of these or make something work. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of not the most fun thing we've done on this truck, you know, but I would like to go without the muffler because I like the sound of the truck, but I just don't think we have the parts. I mean, we don't have the muffler delete piece. And I was hoping we'd have enough extra pieces to make it out of, but we really don't. So
we barely have enough to make it this far.
Yeah, so we're putting the muffler in for now. We can always swap it out with the muffler delete pipe later.
It's about to die from a muffler.
Don't die from the muffler, dude.
Hey, wait till I install it.
So we've cut down a piece that we really don't know what it was for, but looks like, yeah, it's gonna work.
Yeah, dude, what you think? How's that right there?
That's a custom exhaust.
Dog, how's that right there?
Brought to you by Banks Monster Exhaust.
Thanks what?
Looks good, buddy.
Yeah?
Wow.
So Daddy's gonna tack her in place right now, and then we're gonna pull that piece out and fully weld it out of the truck.
Like, props off to those like muffler, like exhaust shops that can make this stuff look good. They like mock it up in one run and they're just like not even looking at it, and it actually has like solid welds on it. And then big old F you to the shops that just like bubble gum it, like me on my bad days.
You want a hood so you can actually
Probably be for the best, yeah.
Yeah. A little more custom Derek's bodywork over here.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we could have just like bubble gummed it up in there, but it wasn't gonna look good. Honestly, it takes not too long. Just take a hammer, kind of tap it in, close up that gap. It's gonna be a cleaner, stronger weld. You got bad ground or something? What's going on here?
I don't know.
I ain't liking that.
Hopefully we're not out of wire. That'd be a very bad timing. No, we got plenty of wire. Alrighty, so Dedic's been back here. He welded his whole piece up, and I've got some bad news for him. That, well, I guess it's not bad news. It's just typical timing in our world here.
What?
Hey, Dedic.
What?
Guess what just showed up?
I don't care. Come on. Let's finish this.
Our 3 to 4 inch adapter. I was supposed to be here yesterday, then Amazon said it's showing up tomorrow. Just showed up
You know
right
what?
as.
I like what we did better. I feel like it's stronger. Less clamps. Yeah.
How's the other side look? Should we heat wrap it so nobody sees the welds?
No, honestly, it's fine.
All right, here you go, buddy.
As I
Give a close up.
as I hold this hot weld into place, check it out. It's not bad, you know. I can tell you one thing. This thing is never coming out. I'll show it. You know what? Listen, all right. So we got half a good deading on that side. That side don't look bad. And then, you know, we got a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Our gap was a little big. At one point, there might have been a hole, and you know, we had to fill it up. But I promise you, that thing's burned in. It ain't going nowhere, you know? Sometimes you gotta show, well, I can't even say like the worst of it because that's the majority of it. I'm not a welder, but you know what? I can put some two things together and they ain't coming off. Should probably put a clamp on that though.
Get a little over the axle. Let's see.
I will let you know, you should get a new V-band clamp for the back of your turbo. So the V-band clamp's supposed to have like a stud that goes through it, that the bolt goes through. Well, that stud's gone, so the head of the nut is just barely holding the V-band clamp on, which is how it was. Okay. I only noticed I was undoing it, and all of a sudden it undid itself. I was like, that's not supposed to be like that. And then I looked and I was like, huh.
All right, let's see how she sounds with the muffler.
That's exactly the same.
She got a little deeper. I see her a little more rumbly, tumbly too.
Yeah, no, I've heard it.
I will say, you don't hear the turbo anymore.
Huh?
You don't hear the turbo anymore.
No, you don't, which I like the turbo a lot in this truck.
I like the turbo. We might have to go with the straight pipe.
Yeah, I think so.
But we don't have time before SEMA.
Yeah, we do.
We actually do.
We really do.
We really do.
Like, we absolutely do. If you call them tomorrow, they'll literally have it here the next day.
I like that. We're gonna paint them black. That's all they had. All right, Mama Rhino just dropped off my packages to us here. And we've got the lights. So these are for a Weston bumper, which this may or may not be. But the way the clip system works, I feel like it's pretty universal. It's just a matter of if they need to be big enough to hide those giant holes. If those holes were smaller, we can just do service mount lights, and we could have just drilled new holes. But these things are giant.
How good about? Oh no.
No. Oh.
Oh no. I forget how big these holes are every time.
Yeah, that's it's looking like a big nope. Jesus.
3D print time?
Well, yeah, back to the drawing board on those bad boys.
So honestly, I can just 3D print. Like, I can make it like round edges, do a big rectangle, cover everything, and then we just have to literally drill the hole to fit that, so that, and then that clip should still work from the backside because it looks like it's deep enough.
I've seen worse.
SEMA ready.
I've seen worse.
SEMA ready.
A little caulk right there.
Yep. Fire caulk.
Fire caulking. Yep.
Collect your $5.
Oh yeah, Chris made me a $5 bet that they would fit, which I appreciate because I really did hope they would fit. I was willing to pay $5 or lose $5
That might help recoup
if they.
I don't got $5.
All right, you got me in Vegas.
Yeah, I got you.
All right,
I'll buy you a bag.
So lights didn't fit. We're back to the drawing board there. But good news is we think we found replacement shocks. We're actually going to go with Bilsteins over Foxes because they had a closer, I guess, dimensions or measurements to the shocks that were already on these trucks, this truck, the Ranchos that were there. And honestly, I think Bilsteins are kind of like paying a little more homage to the old school, which is what we're doing. We should have wheels and tires picked out. Well, we do have them picked out. Hopefully they make it here in time. That's going to be like my biggest worry right now. Because I would like to get them powder coated. I just don't know if we're going to have time, assuming they even show up. Because worst case scenario, we're going to bring these bad boys out to SEMA. We'll get them a little polished up. We do have brand new tires on this thing. I put them on and then took it out to the ranch. And it really just putted around the ranch. So there's like very low miles on these tires. Here, let me show you guys. I guess let me pull out my phone light real quick. Show you guys the exhaust tip on here. Again, we went with the axle dump. Just wanted to kind of keep it the same way that we did the gray truck instead of running it all the way back here. So we will get the straight pipe piece ordered up from Banks, and then tomorrow the truck goes over to Genesis Detailing to get a nice final buff job. Hopefully they can get the water spots off the windows. I tried with some water spot remover. I then used some steel wool. I did not use CLR and steel wool, but I used water spot remover and steel wool. But you guys can probably see they're pretty freaking bad on there. It's mainly at the top of the window, but it starts to come. Maybe we just get them big old school window visors or something. But with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that we do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like and get a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. All of our jerky is back in stock, so if you guys have been waiting on that, head over there now. Get you some. Y'all are the best. I'm out. Oh, and Dedic's trying to do a burnout. Hold on. Let's see. Light 'em up! Light 'em up! Light 'em up!
Damn.